Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this beautiful world of ours on this Monday. So much to recap this week. We have Playoff Sunday, we have new cards from the week, and yes, of course, the weather and a little bit of a geography lesson. Plus, our Monday giveaway coming right up right after our beautiful, welcoming 30-second countdown. We will be right back to start the show. Again, welcome back, guys. Hope your Monday is going well. I hope the Monday started off pretty good for you guys. Again, today we are on episode number 55. Yes, this is our Monday episode for the week, episode 55, breaking out of a blue Monday. Or maybe it's not a blue Monday. Maybe it's a exciting green Monday, purple Monday, Yellow Monday. I don't know what it might be for you guys, but usually for people back to work after the weekend, watching some NFL playoffs, getting ready for some OOTP playoffs, maybe. We'll talk about that later. And now we're back into the beginning of the work week. So thank you guys for watching along and following. Again, lots to talk about today. We will recap the week. We will have our giveaway a little bit later, like we always do on the Monday, and a little change in the schedule for this week for myself. We'll talk about that too. So again, guys, we've got a few of you, looks like you're in from Florida. Yes, we have our Florida viewers, and just looking at kind of the geo tracker for the stream today, we've got about 55% Americans and about 45% Canadians. So just registering Americans and Canadians so far. I know Tranquil Farms is streaming right now. He's been streaming for a lot of the morning, so he'll probably bring his crew over. That's probably where all the attention is right now, as people were on early to get some of their drops. And if you haven't got your drops yet, hey, maybe you get some good drops here and hopefully some good cards. So yes, we are on episode 55, and we will be continuing until 3:30 Eastern, where we will raid right into EVC. So yeah, you've got the 1-2 punch with Laptop Pound and EVC and his theme teams today. So hopefully you got some time off and can watch some OOTP coverage. Big shout out, as I always do on Mondays, to the top chatters of the week. Last week, Rob VD Fan 153. Wow, a whole 153 messages in the 3 streams from last week. We also have Cubs fan Steve, who's here again today, reaching close to 100. Erie GM, longtime follower. Heath DG, who has been getting into the game hardcore in the last few weeks. And fellow Canadian, Montreal Canadian fan, Kofi 84, from the eastern part of this second largest country on the earth. So again, thank you guys for participating in the chats, taking part in the chats. I love the communication. I love the interaction. I love the back and forth between you guys and some of the questions that you have, some of the comments, some of the support when I open packs. So thank you for participating in our chats. All right, Luke from overseas. Yes, I think from watching EVC's chat, Luke, you are from the UK and you work late night shifts. If I'm remembering the right person, maybe I'm thinking of someone else, and you go to the pub sometimes after your shift. If that's the right person, then welcome to the channel again, Luke. And PJ9248, and also Cubs fan Steve, just finding out that they are neighbors in Orlando. Some of the weird happenings of the week last week, just I always like to kind of show you some of the anomalies that I come across in my teams This one here, kind of towards the beginning of the week, on my theme team, a 23-3 victory. I know sometimes OOTP can score some runs. This was in silver, and I was able to somehow score 23 runs against a championship team from, I think it was from bronze, that Sega won a few weeks earlier. Yeah, 23-3. So that was a flex moment early on in the season for Lights Camera Action. So 23-3, 21 hits. We did commit one error, and you can see we scored 7 in the 7th inning. So a little bit of anomaly. And from that game, of course, when you score 23 runs, you have a huge box score with a lot of the special notes. And this one was covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines in this box score, with lots of AC regular season game records, player records. Rod Carew had a game, that's for sure. And yeah, I always wonder when they show these records here, is that just for the season in Perfect Team? Because I know in the regular standalone game, it continues on throughout your franchise. But for Perfect Team, when they show that these records are tied or set, does that continue on for multiple seasons? Or is that a one and done kind of record? Because that would be pretty cool if they were able to continue it on, and 10 years down the road, you know, someone broke Rod Carew's AC regular season record of runs with 4. I'm assuming, because there's so many high scoring games, that it's kind of a one season kind of record that they keep track of. Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Steve. I think it's probably one season. It would be cool if it was multiple seasons, that's for sure. And of course, when you have these big scoring games, you get some perfect points. And this game here was able to net me probably close to 700 perfect points just from that 23-3 victory. So yeah, that is my anomaly of the week. That's my kind of strange game box score that I wanted to show you. Also did have another inside the park home run. Last week it was Juan Moncada that got one on my quick tournament. This week it was Ken Griffey Jr. that hit an inside the park home run. I don't have the screenshot for that one. And also another first time thing that I've seen in my games is someone stole home plate. I think it was Tris Speaker in a game in the playoffs on Sunday, stole home plate, and he was successful. So that was like a, wow, it's a playoff game. I'm down by, I think, 1 run, and the manager decides to send the guy home. And fortunately it worked out, although we did end up losing that game. Well, let's talk about our weather, shall we? Yes, it wouldn't be a laptop stream without a lot of talking, a lot of chat, and a weather update. Currently in Edmonton, we are looking at, what are we looking at? -3 degrees Celsius, so 27 degrees Fahrenheit. Some snow coming down this morning, and it's the beautiful type. It's like you see in the movies, right? With that soft snow coming down in big flakes. When you're a kid, you go out and you stick your tongue out and you get the snow on your tongue, and it's like, it's nice weather. -3 is near darn shorts weather, and a beautiful snowfall, like out of a Hollywood movie coming down. And looks like we're going to be above 0 for a few days. Excellent. And then you notice on Saturday, we get back down to -15. Or Fahrenheit wise, we get down to -5 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, we have big swings in temperatures up here in Alberta, Canada. Nice one day and really lousy the next day. Our global forecast, look at this. Port-au-Prince is the hot spot in the Americas today, 88 degrees. Of course, we would expect that. And Miami is close up there. They're only 4 degrees off. Miami, Florida, 84 degrees. Ron DeSantis territory, 84 degrees in Miami. And of course, a couple of the viewers today from Orlando. We've got PJ and we've got Cubs fan Steve. at a little cooler than usual. I usually see you guys in the 70s. You are sitting at 66 degrees, and then a big drop off into the 50s with LA, San Francisco champions yesterday over the Dallas Cowboys. New Orleans sitting at a 50 degrees. One of my favorite cities to visit in the US is New Orleans. Love the culture, love the history, love the World War II Museum, love the mystery of the ghost tours and the swamp tours. Yeah, very, very cool city. If you haven't made it to New Orleans, you gotta go. I don't work for a tourist industry, but I would definitely promote New Orleans. In terms of our cold spots, we've got Cole Harbor. Hey, we got a new cold spot, not Eureka. Eureka is still cold, minus 31, but Coral Harbor is at minus 36. Well, we got to go check that out. Here's our handy dandy global map here. So Coral Harbor, very curious. I'm not even exactly sure where that is. Check out Coral Harbor. Oh, that is up in our favorite territory that we've been talking about, Nunavut. So there's Coral Harbor. Let's save that. Let's save that at star that place. And let's see exactly where that is. All right, so it's North Hudson's Bay. That is the cold spot right now in the Americas. And just to compare that, Eureka is directly north. Way up north there is Eureka. So Coal Harbor, yeah, is quite a distance south. It's always funny to me how you can have a temperature that's much colder and yet it's a lot further south. But hey, that's our weather system. So now we've got a few places marked on the map. We've got, of course, Cooperstown. We talked about that last week. We've got Nicaragua, Managua. That was a hot spot. We've got Eureka. And now we've got Coral Harbor as the cold spot today. Yes, you're going to get a little bit of geography with Laptop Hound. Of course, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you to the new follows. We had FDA_WA follow yesterday, even though I wasn't on. Thank you for checking out the channel on an off day and following. And today we have Veet ILFO. Veet ILFO. Thank you for the follow too. So yes, you are now follower 547 as we creep our way up to 600. Just seems like yesterday that was 500. Now we're closing in on 600. So there is your weather, your geography update. What else do we got going on? Oh yeah, my movie recommendation. Sometimes I like to throw those in, my movie recommendation. If you enjoy independent movies, movies that are kind of off the grid, but well acted and have a pretty good plot, I saw this one on the weekend. Banshees of Inisherin. Maybe Luke, you know, if you're in that neck of the woods, you know where these movies are located or basically based off of. I believe this is Ireland that it was filmed, based on the dialects, and I think it was from around 1920s. I don't know if there was a civil war. There seems to be like a civil war kind of backdrop to the movie from the early 1920s. Well, thanks, Luke. So it is in Ireland, yeah. And you will recognize a couple of the actors. Colin Farrell has, he's a pretty mainstream actor. Brendan Gleeson does a fabulous job in this. Again, it is a quirky twist kind of movie. Things happen that you don't really expect. And it's a very simple movie. It doesn't have a big budget. There's not a lot of special effects, it's a very simple type of movie with a simple lifestyle that these characters are living in Ireland in the 1920s, amongst the backdrop of a civil war that's going on. Maybe with the IRA, I think they mentioned the IRA in there somehow. So yeah, Ina Sharon. Ina Sharon. I don't know if that is, let's check our maps here. Ina Sharon. Let's just check. If I spelled that right. Ina Sharon. Ina Sharon. Yeah, I don't know if that's a, there we go. All right, yeah, we are in Luke territory. So Ina Sharon. Little island off the coast of Ireland. And right on the east coast, it looks like. Not sure what the population is there now, but yeah, that's where this movie takes place. And we are going to star that. Yeah. A very cool movie. If you haven't checked it out and you're looking for something to watch, it was in the movie theaters, I believe, over the Christmas holidays. So it's just kind of making its way. I think I purchased it or rented it off of YouTube or off of Prime or something like that. But it's a cute movie. If you want special effects and big bangs and that Hollywood type of movie, you're not going to get that with this one. Very simple people, very simple movie, very simple story, but I was captivated the whole time through. I found it interesting. And I thought Ireland itself was small. Yeah, just found it there. I think it is an island, not seen it, but people like it. Yeah, I think it's going to be, you can see kind of on the poster here, it's nominated in the Toronto Film Festival, the Venice Film Festival, a lot of these small film festivals that these movies do well in. Usually you see them in the Oscars and the Golden Globes nominated for some awards too. So yeah, check it out if you're looking for a movie to watch. All right, OOTP coverage time. If you're new to OOTP, make sure you go and check out their website. Let's post that in the chat here. And on the OOTP website, you can find everything that you're looking for in terms of how to play the game, nuances of the game, questions you may have, bugs that you may have with the game. Also, Fantasy Hockey Manager 9 on the website too, part of the kind of the OOTP community. And if you want to play it on mobile, you can. OOTP Go. You can download on your tablet, Google Play, Apple App Store, and it's a lot more limited, very much so. But if you are into Perfect Team, it does the job. You can set lineups, you can bring players in, you can open packs, you can check out your results. It's just in the franchise play, you're not going to have that crossover between your desktop version and something that you can play on the go. So yeah, check that out. Yeah, Heath, welcome. Welcome again today, Heath. Definitely, if you're in the car and you're not driving, if you're at work and you're on your lunch break, definitely something that is going to get you by. I'm 50-50 in terms of the app and the desktop version. So I'm kind of half my time with the app and half the time with the desktop version. Usually though, when the new game comes out, the app version takes a month or 2 or 3 to follow it. So I know in the last 2 versions of the game, the app has been a little bit slow coming out, which is expected. Also, you can check out the forum right from that website too, and get involved in some of the discussions. I know there's a lot of discussions about the new patches that have come out. Not going to get involved with that. People are entitled to their opinion about the newest patches. And Discord, you can sign up and be part of the OOTP Discord community. And believe me, that is the place to go if you want to improve in the game, if you want to get advice, if you want to ask opinions, if you want to ask about certain cards in the game. Great community, a giving community. They'll share their thoughts, they'll share their tactics, strategies. And some of the people in Discord have their own Discords that they can invite you to for a little more detailed conversation on the nuances of the game. So yes, check that out. Of course, if you're new to my channel, I am a YouTuber first that have come over to Twitch once I joined the affiliate program and was able to give drops to the community and do giveaways. So I thank OOTP for allowing me to do that and share my insights, my knowledge, and hopefully to get you through a Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday in the afternoon. But on YouTube, I have several videos, including tutorials on the quick tournaments, the Ace of Bronze, the Ace of Iron, and the Bronze Live. All of these are inexpensive to get involved in, and they run continuously 24/7. These tournaments run, and you can play these 3 at a time. You can join 3 tournaments and win packs, 10 packs, 5 packs, 3 packs, 1 pack, whatever it might be. Really cheap way to play the game and earn some loot in terms of OOTP packs. So thank you Greedy Zebra. Thank you for the shout out on the tutorials. I've updated the Iron and Bronze in December, so it's still relatively new. And then the Bronze Live, I just did a couple weeks ago. Like I said, you can get involved in these for under 5,000 perfect points, even less. So thank you for checking those out. Cobra's there. Good to see you, Cobra. Luke ended up watching something called Arena Soccer on Twitch on the weekend. Yeah, the soccer's played all year in many places, and Arena Soccer, I don't know if that's the one where you're allowed to bounce the ball off the walls. There's some soccer leagues that have really interesting rules, that's for sure. What else we got? Gristle Whistle, good to see you too. You played 40 Ace of Bronze and never placed in the top 4. You watched my video and won on the 3rd entry fall. Well, if that's not a testimonial, I don't know what is. Thank you, Gristle. I might have to include that as a little clip in my next video. Testimonials. So maybe it's luck, maybe it's random generation of good fortune on your part. But yeah, thanks for dropping that little bit of info. Rob VD fan, welcome again. Our top chatter from last week. Yeah, as I showed a little bit earlier, top chatters of last week, Rob VD fan, he's like me. He likes to chat. 153 times last week. So good to see you back here, Rob. And what are you saying here? I was able to get Pete Rose from a choice pack. Yeah, the Pete Rose that's out there right now, not really a good Pete Rose. I think we'll get one in the milestones either next week or at the end of this version of the game. Tempting to try some Ace of Silver. I have no advice there. I have not played any silver, any gold, any diamond tournaments. Yeah, I found a couple that I do well in. I shared them with the community, and I'm good with there. I probably could put together an Ace of Silver, but it's going to be more costly, right? Because you have silver cards, and the ones that are meta are probably going to cost you 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 perfect points each. So yeah, I figured I'm just going to stick to Iron and Bronze for this version of the game. Heath, I want to thank you for finishing 2nd in Saturday's Iron Warriors. Hey, see, I don't play any of those weekly tournaments. The odd one I do. I play the Ace of Bronze, Ace of Iron, Live Bronze, and once in a while I'll play that big tournament in Iron. I think there's like 128 people or something, maybe 256, and the prize is 5 diamond packs. That would be quite the prize. To me, it's like the El Perfecto, where a lot of people are involved, but you get 5 diamond packs, which to me is much better than 10 standard packs. So yeah, if you ever get a chance, maybe throw in your Iron team, which is a historical team basically. Throw that into the, I think there's 2 that run every day. One early, the daily early one, and then the daily late one. you might want to try out. I think I finished second in one of them and got 3 diamond packs. But usually I don't enter those because they're at the bottom. When you scroll through, they're at the bottom. And lately they've been at the top. So it's like, oh yeah, there's these tournaments too in Iron. And I get involved in those. Yesterday, Ace of Bronze was brutal. Yeah, I got to do some more stat tracking. Cobra, I'm going to have you back on and do some more tracking of the Ace of Bronze because I don't know. We had that big new release of cards 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think just after I had you on, or maybe just before I had you on. And I'm just curious if the meta has changed in Ace of Bronze, because I haven't changed my team up too often. I don't win as often, but I still place every once in a while. Heath, that was this 256 one. First prize was a perfect choice. Okay. The daily bronze tournaments. Okay, so the daily bronze, Luke, are a perfect choice based on what he's saying, if I'm following the conversation. And then diamond is second prize is a high diamond choice. Yeah, lots of tournaments. I'm shocked how many tournaments there are. And often I'll see people in Discord that, ask for a cut, because if there's 128 and there's only 62 people in it and it's about to start, they ask Nicolino to cut it to 64 teams, which gives you much better chances, right? If the prizes stay the same and there's half as many entries. So sometimes you can get lucky and you can get into a tournament that is cut in half just before it begins. All right. Yeah, a lot of you guys talking about your choice packs and things that you were able to get over the weekend. Well, speaking of the playoffs, we will get to the playoffs and how my teams did. I'll ask you about your teams, but we do have our first kind of big ad break coming up here. So we will be right back, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back after these messages and talk about the weekend playoffs. Be back soon. Right, welcome back. And breaks allow me to kind of check out to the chat a little bit. And I don't use OBS. I use a different program. So some of the features that are in OBS, especially with raids and with new followers and new subscribers, where you get all the emotes floating around, doesn't allow me to do that with the programs that I use. I just find the programs I use a little bit easier for me. But I want to thank Tranquil Farms, if he's still in the chat, for the recent raid, bringing over 93 people with him from his chat. Hope you had a good stream. Continuing on with your Cleveland series, and you had a best of series, kind of a tournament series that you ran. So thank you for bringing on those raiders. And new follower as well, follower number 548. Cardly Board. Hey, cool name. Thank you for following the channel and welcome to this wonderful community that we have, and great people, great affiliate streamers where you can get your drops, whether it's Tranquil or Gorgo or EVC or Yuka or Tetsuiji, whether it's the Durden Boys, whether it's Kidneys, whether it's I Rock This, whether it's Nersha Banco, so many, or of course the main guys, Rich when he comes on, Dishnet, and TJ, who will be streaming his Red Sox series again tomorrow. So many really good affiliate streamers, and I apologize if I left any out. Of course, you have the Commish with his MLB series that he's been running for a while. So a lot of cool ways, and we all have our unique ways of presenting the game. So it's not rinse and repeat 10 different times with 10 different people. We all have our unique way of getting the game across to people. So thank you, Tranquil Farms, again, for bringing some of the community with you. And just going through here, Cobra made an interesting point, his conspiracy theory interesting point. Sometimes I notice that too, that after updates, patches, I either don't do as well or I do a lot better. It seems that sometimes the patches influence the games that we are playing. And I hope that's not the case, at least not to a major level, or at least I would hope they would announce that to us. As far as I know, the patches recently have been because of taking out certain leagues, certain components of the game. Hopefully they haven't tinkered with other components, especially tournaments, because you build a good tournament team and you don't want to see that changed because of a patch. And Cubs fan Steve makes a really good point as well, is make sure you're checking in every once in a while. Don't just keep spamming them week after week after week. Open one up, because with new patches, with glitches, sometimes your team is no longer there, or it puts in a different default lineup. I had that on the weekend when I checked on my Go. I checked it on Go, and it had a team there from like 2 months ago that I used. And I'm like, whoa, this isn't my team I'm using now. So I had to fix that. So yes, especially if you're going back and forth. I notice it more if you're going back and forth between Go and your desktop version, that sometimes you get the wrong lineups or incomplete lineups. And you're going, how come I'm not winning these tournaments? Well, you've got one catcher, 4 pitchers, and half of the roster. That's why you're not winning these lineups. But hey, keep doing that, because it gives advantages to the rest of us when you field teams of gym unknowns. So Rob, you're still doing okay in Ace of Bronze? You place once every 8 or 10 entries? Yeah, that's kind of where I am too. In Ace of Bronze, I'm doing better in Ace of Iron. I think Ace of Iron, once out of every 5 I'm placing, which I'm really happy with. A little bit less since the patch. So again, I don't know if that's because of the patch or because of the newer cards that have come out. A card that I added recently was Ron Kittle. I added him to my Iron on the weekend. So if you're using my Ace of Iron videos, check out Ron Kittle. He's a 55 Iron guy, and he's a big home run guy too. He's your Wes Covington, your Dave Kingman, your Rob Deere, Chris Davis. And I haven't checked how he's doing yet, but I think he is a meta home run guy for the Iron tournament. So yeah, check out Ron Kittle. Yeah, that's what I thought, Luke. Go will mess you up. So be careful if you're going back and forth. I almost think like there's a time delay too, because I'll change my lineup for my perfect team on my computer, and then I'll go to Go, and it's like, hey, wait a minute, I put Fernando Valenzuela in my lineup, but it's not showing on Go, it's showing him on the reserve list. So it's almost like there's a delay in your Go lineups versus your desktop lineups. Gene Crap seems to be anything but crap. Well, thank you. We're getting some good info here, some insider info. Heath is mentioning Tufel. Tufel is good at second base. Are these Iron cards or are these Bronze cards? I'll definitely go and check those out. Because yeah, there have been a new set of cards that were released a couple weeks ago with Iron and Bronze. All right, welcome again for everyone tuning in. 130 of you here. We will be on until 3:30 Eastern, where we will raid into the Theme Team Conductor, EVC himself. And right before that, we will do a giveaway. So around 3:15 Eastern Standard Time, maybe sooner, if I happen to pull some good cards, we will give away 20 packs, standard packs, 10 to 2 different users as part of our Monday giveaway. So stick around to stay entered for that. So Crap is Bronze. Always when you get these funny names, you gotta be careful with how you say them sometimes. You added him to your own team after someone carved up your lineup with him in one of the daily late bronzes. Okay, so Crap is a Bronze. And yeah, Tuffle, Penguin City is mentioning Tuffle as well. Heath mentioned Tuffle at second base, and Penguin City mentioned Tuffle. So there you go, guys. Check those cards out on the card shop. Just a quick little FYI. This week, I am dog sitting. Yes. Family member is painting their house, and they have 2 black labs, and they don't want the black labs around the house while they're painting. So I apologize now if you hear any barking, any whining, any dog kind of noises. I have 2 dogs of my own, a German Shepherd and a Belgian, the name escapes me now, but a big dog. And so that's 4 around the household right now. So if you hear any barking, that'll be that way at least for the rest of this week. And because of that, I can't stream on Thursday because that's when the dogs are leaving, and I'm not sure what time that will be. So I will be moving my Thursday stream to Wednesday. So same time, around 1 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, and the Thursday giveaway will now be on Wednesday this week. So yeah, 3 days in a row I'll be streaming, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, if you tune in and want to get your drops or want to participate in these giveaways. So just wanted to point that out because usually I don't have dogs in the background, but this week might be a little bit different. Well, guys, how did you do in your playoffs? Let's hear the bragging. Let's hear the sorrow stories. Did you have to, have a few beverages after last night, either celebratory or depression? How did your teams do? Let's hear some of the good stuff. Let's flex those muscles and tell us how you did. As you're doing that, I'll kind of go over my teams. Lights, camera, action. That's kind of the team I focus on Monday. So later on, we'll do a little bit of pack opening with lights, camera, action. They won their division. They were number 1 in the league in the regular season. They went on and they swept the division series 3-0. And then they went on to the conference championships, where I was fully expecting to see a rival. My rivals tend to be the Rumblin' Jackie Robinson Rookies by Space Lion, or lately Cheese Truck. That seems to be a little bit of a rival too. And I was fully expecting to meet one of those. But I came up against Steel City, who I haven't come up across before. And he beat me, or she beat me. That team beat me 4-2 in the conference championship. And then they went on and they smoked the other conference 4-0 to win the silver championship. So again, it's one of those good news, bad news situations. I don't win a trophy, but I get to go up to gold. The team advances, and I escape, for now, my rivals as they spend at least one more season in silver. So yeah, it'll be cool to go up in gold and check out the competition. As far as my other teams, my main teams, the Gladiators, they made the playoffs. They were a wild card team, 91-71. They are very consistent. They consistently either make the playoffs in Diamond or come close to the playoffs. So I'm proud of the Gladiators, considering it's a free-to-play team and they're consistently in that upper third of the league. The Gym Unknown Blue Jays, they are not as good, but they're trying to improve, and at least they managed to stay in Diamond. 72-90 often doesn't get you to stay in Diamond, but it did this week. 7 games above relegation, and so they will go on one more time to try and take home the Diamond Championship. All right, let's take a look at chat. Rob Fan says, Tufel is 70, 69, 67. How is he an iron card? I wonder if it's because of his eye or because of his defense, his speed, because yeah, that to me looks like minimum mid-60s bronze. Something must be holding him back to keep him at an iron. My guess is avoid K or I. Pretty bad defense. So he's no Jody Reed. Is that what you're saying, Heath? He's no Jody Reed in iron. I can't come to replace myself with Jody Reed. At least I have Jody hitting against lefties. He's in the starting lineup against lefties. I can't remember who I have against righties. So twofold, definitely a card to check out. Heath made the World Series and lost in Game 7. You're going on to gold too. Good to see. I'm assuming, Heath, that that's not a theme team, because otherwise I would have come across you. And I saw earlier, Cubs fan Steve, if he's still here, you were in this league here. Did you lose out in the division series? Because I think I saw you mention that you were hoping to face me in the finals. Oh, I think you're this team with the star, aren't you? I don't see the name of it here, so I'm not sure what that team is. So Cubs fan Steve, yeah, we almost had a Laptop Hound versus Cubs fan Steve final. That would have been cool. In fact, I was on standby yesterday because I knew DishNet wasn't streaming, so I knew there wasn't a Perfect Team World Series. If my team made the World Series, theme team, I was going to go live and stream it. And that would have been so cool if Cub fan Steve was my opposition. There we go. Okay, confirmation. The 60 stars. Yeah. You had a tough haul. You were just like me. You were number 1 in your conference, it looks like. You squeaked by San Francisco, and then you lost out in Game 7. Yeah, I thought I had the team this year. I'm going to be honest, Steve. I thought I had the team to make the final. And when you look at my team in Steel City, on paper, it's a much better team. My pitching, much better. The limited edition Roger Clemens, I had Walter Johnson, I had, I think, Carl Hubble, Cooperstown. Compared to what Steel City was fielding, I thought I had it, especially with the home field advantage. But he just I fell apart in the late innings, and he capitalized in the late innings. I had runners in scoring position many times and just couldn't cash them in. It happens. It happens. So in my Diamond League, the Rocky Mountain Gladiators were a wild card team. They lost out in the wild card round to the Hopkinton Hillers. The Hopkinton Hillers. They beat me out 2-1. I run a lefty cheese. They don't. And in the wild card, all games were in his ballpark. If I was the home team, I have no doubt I would have won that series. And then who knows what would have happened. But that's the problem with the wild card, is if it goes 3 games, all 3 games are in the team with the better record, which wasn't me. So they went on to lose in the best of 5 in the division series. The Flying Pigs won my side, the Gladiator side, and the Golden Grizzlies beat out the number 1 ranked, I think, Cleveland Fossils. Yeah, Cleveland was number 1 ranked, and Fort Worth was number 1 ranked in my division, or my side. And Fort Worth, the Flying Pigs, I'm not sure who the manager is if they're in the chat today, but congratulations on winning a 7-game series and going up to Perfect League. I'm hoping to make it there at least one more time. So pack opening, we won't be opening a lot of packs today. Packs are mainly for Tuesday and Thursday streams. I will open a few on the theme team, but I don't have a lot of luck on Monday pack opening. I never have. All year, I haven't really got a lot on Monday. Tuesdays have been okay, Thursdays have been okay, and weekends, when I watch other streamers, have been really good. So not a lot of packs today, guys. Still looking for the 3 big ones for my teams. Frank Thomas, I would love him as a DH. Ty Cobb, the best player in my opinion, batter-wise in the game. Ty Cobb, and definitely worth 900,000, 1 million perfect points, no gouging there. And Randy Johnson. As a lefty cheese park, I want the best left-handed pitcher in the game. At least starting pitcher in the game, Randy Johnson. And yes, Steve on the weekend pulled a Ricky Henderson on his main team. You were 57-71 at the time, and you went 28-7 with Ricky. And you won the division tiebreaker. So I'm taking that's not your theme team then. And how did your team do in the playoffs? It just squeaked in, it sounds like. Ricky didn't have a good offensive year. Interested to see how he does this year. Yeah. Little jelly of you there, Steve, to get that Ricky Henderson. There's still about 40 of them left. So keep pulling packs, guys. Still about 40 of them. Just like that Albert Pujols, it took a long time to pull 100. And it's going to take longer because there's so many more historical perfects in the game now and historical diamonds in the game that chances of pulling a Ricky are less than pulling Pujols back in the day. So yeah, Heath has a Ricky too. You guys, hey, if anyone can have Rickies, I'm glad it's followers of the channel and even subscribers of the channel. I think both of you guys are subscribers. Maybe that's the trick, eh? Subscribe to the channel and pull a Ricky. That's pretty good. 2 out of the 12 subscribers have a limited edition Ricky Anderson. Thank you, Bulaba. You are follower 550. Kind of a historic number, 550. Thank you for the recent follow. Pineapple LC, thank you for the follow. And both of those within the last minute, so I caught those pretty early. Sorry for the no fancy graphics for new followers. Subscribers get a little bonus, but followers just get a shout out when I happen to see them. So thank you for joining the channel. And another apostrophe got the number 49. So I've got 3 Ricky owners in the chat right now. And Cubs fan Steve, you lost in the division series. So there's a good Ricky stat line. And Heath, you said that was in gold, I think. Oh, no, that was in silver. So that's a Ricky stat line in silver, 130 stolen bases. Did you crank up his running, Heath? Is he maxed out on his running slider to have 137? Those are pretty good numbers. 300 average, 23 home runs. Yeah, I'm curious how you have his sliders because that's a very successful run rate. So you put it up, but not to the max. So you probably have it 1 or 2 ticks from the far right. Very good. All right, let's check out the OOTP Twitter. What do we got going on Twitter? Let's refresh that in case they posted something in the last hour. OOTP, if you're listening, you got to change your banner on your Twitter site. You got to change that. The regular OOTP, they changed it. But Perfect Team, I don't think you can pre-order it anymore. Just saying, just trying to point that out. Or put on the 24 banner, which I'm sure is going to be just around the corner. All right. Yeah, sometimes I forget the most innocent of things as well. So let's see. Last thing they posted was the programming note that Dish was not going to be on last night. He hasn't been feeling well and did not stream the Friday Showdown and did not stream the World Series. By the way, who won the World Series? Because he didn't stream and I'm not in Perfect League, I didn't check that out. Does anyone know who got the trophy this week in Perfect Team? And there's a good question from Rob Fan. Is Ricky Henderson, the Iron version, worth $30K? Does he dramatically improve your Iron tournament teams? Never had him, never owned him. So I can't answer that question for you, Rob Fan. The regular Twitter. Ronnie Gajonik will become the first female manager in High A. And I don't know the leagues too well. I'm in Canada. I don't know the leagues too well. Is High A above rookie, but below single A? Is that how it works? From franchise play, when I play franchise, it seems that that's the order. It goes rookie, High A, single A, double A, triple A, etc. But yeah, where is High A? When she takes the reins for Hillsborough in 2023. And also, they retweeted from Baseball America #1 Gunnar Henderson. Top 100 prospects. Gunnar Henderson from the Baltimore Orioles. I'm sure we will see his card in perfect team for many, many more years. All right, so we got a couple here. We've got rookie, low A, high A. Okay. And Brydav, is it Brydav, like or Brydave? Because I always call you Brydave, or doesn't it matter? Because I heard EVC pronounced, or was it, yeah, EVC I think pronounced it Brydav. Now's the time to ask, Dav or Dave, or doesn't it really matter? I always assumed your name was Brian David, and you just abbreviated it. So I've always gone Brydave. And Cobra says there is one high A and one low A full season. The other A clubs play a shorter season. Okay, so she will be managing a full season of high A. So congratulations to the new Hillsborough Hops manager. And someone educate me on geography. What state is Hillsborough in? Sounds to me like it's East Coast, like Connecticut or something. You don't care, but it's Av, Brydav. Oh, okay, as in Davenport. Oh, okay. Well, I had a shot. I thought it was Brian David, and it's Brian Davenport. Okay, so Brydav. Zen Lunatic says a suburb of Portland. Cubs fan Steve says maybe Tempe, Florida, or Tampa, Florida. All right. So it's either in Portland or in Florida. All right, continuing on. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow on stream, we should have the results of the Hall of Fame ballot. We should know who has been elected into the Hall of Fame by this time tomorrow. My guess, Scott Rowland and Todd Helton. If anyone has an update on the released results, I know you guys have had a website that you've gone to. I probably should have looked that up. But if you have updated percentages, they're probably pretty close to what they're going to be. Just post them in the chat. Who's a lock? Is anyone a lock yet? My guess, Rowland and Helton probably are locks. Not sure about Wagner or any of the other ones. Hillsborough is an area of Sheffield. Okay. Again, that's not Sheffield, England. Hillsborough, Sheffield, England. Well, you know, we do have the technology. We do have the technology. Hillsborough. We've got a Hillsborough, Texas. Let's see if I got the spelling right here. Hillsborough hops. So we've got Sheffield. Yeah, we do have a Sheffield spelt a little different way. So the way it was spelt on the slide is either Oregon or Texas. And I'm going to go with what was mentioned earlier, that it was a suburb of Portland, Oregon. All right. So yes, thank you. Thank you, Google Earth, for verifying that. So again, the Hall of Fame results will come out tomorrow. And we'll continue on here, guys. We do have a break scheduled coming up in a few seconds. So we will be back after these messages from our sponsors. They proceeded to hit over 3,000 batters that season. Yikes. So there you go, Gristle Whistle. If you thought I played the game for a long time, Cubs fan Steve played it back when it was called Season Ticket Baseball and was sold in stores. All right, let's get on to, since EVC will be coming on in just about an hour time, let's get on and look at my theme team and who I'm up here with in gold. I know I'm up with Cubs fan Steve because he made the Final Four. So currently right now, Lights, Camera, Action in gold 332 are off to a 6-1 start. Let's go. As all the young kids say, let's go. 6-1. I'm in with EVC's. Oh, he's going to bring that up on stream today. I'm in with the 1970s Disco Ball Stars. Let's see. They have won a gold championship, so they've been up to diamond already. I'm with the Tory Tyrants. Oh, Brydav, what a division we have. You, myself, EVC, with the Tories Tyrants. And you've been up to diamond with this team. Also with the Columbus Wildcats, managed by Gibbs. And it doesn't look like it's an it's not a theme team. So there's one non-theme team and the Not So Perfect team, managed by Usman. All right, we've got this is going to be a good season in this division. So Usman, Brydav, EVC, myself, and one theme team, or one non-theme team. So thankfully, on a Monday, off to a 6-1 start. Also in gold, in the AC, we have Effectively Wild, who lost the finals against Steel City. They beat Cub fan Steve in the semifinals. Plainwell Platinums, the Green Belt, Greenville, Sugar High, the Sugar High team. And here is the silver champions in my conference again, Steel City. They're off to an 8-0 start. This is the team that won the championship, that beat me yesterday. Yeah, they've upgraded a little bit. They've got Kleiner, they had Ted, they've got Honus Wagner, Clemente. Archie Vaughn was the World Series MVP. Go figure, Archie Vaughn. But yeah, they've got a good team. I'm assuming that's players that have played in or born in Pittsburgh. Klazewski, he did play a couple years at the end of his career in Pittsburgh. Okay, so he was mainly a Reds, but played a couple seasons in Pittsburgh. Also have Cubs fan Steve, you are in my conference again. Well, good luck, because you are with Steel City, and they look pretty dominant so far. And then we have Altadena, Tacos. So that is a very competitive AC conference. On the other side, we have EVC's other gold team, the Dominicanos. We've got the New Old Yankees, Madison Cardinals. We got Oklahoma, Bamberg. Got another Oklahoma team, both by the same manager. So this manager has two Oklahoma teams in the same conference. Bay Area Legacies. We've got Little Chef and his No I in team. And they won, They've got 3 championships so far, including a silver 2 seasons ago. Windy City Polar Bears, Health Century Bucks, South Park Cows, Top Bunters by another Cub fan. I don't know if this is Cub fan Steve's second team, but Cub fan 1984. We got the Red Legs, and we've got another non-theme team. So we have, in our whole league, there are, looks like 4 non-theme teams. So pretty good. Pretty good to fill up most of the league with theme teams. Lil Chef, that would be quite the accomplishment. That's something I've always thought would be cool, is to have the rainbow of medals, to have a medal from every single level. So when we look at the universe, you've got rookie, is it rookie iron and silver now? So somehow you got to go back and you got to get that bronze and stone. But yeah, it would be cool. It'd be really cool to have one trophy from every single level, and then to finish it off with the perfect league. Yeah, we use the friend list, absolutely, Heath. We use the friend list to get matched up. So every week, EVC has us add teams to our friend list. So here's my friend list here. And if you add all those teams, you should get them all in your same league. So yeah, that's why it usually works out. Sometimes managers forget, or they just don't happen to do it on the Sunday, because it's a very small window to get that done. You've only got maybe 12 hours to get everyone added to your theme team. So I look forward to a season with Lil Chef, with Cubs fan Steve, with EVC, with Hoosman, all in my conference or league. Right now, again, Steel City is 9-0. We are 6-1. We played 2 fewer games. EVC is at 5-2. And Cubs fan, you got to get things moving. What do you got going on your team here? Oh, you have that joke. You have the meme card that I always made fun of on Gouge or No Gouge. You have the Ernie Banks. How's he been doing for you? Well, fielding doesn't look like it's his strong point. And he seems to be about a 250 to 270 average kind of guy. Excellent. Check out Cubs fan Steve. Because I can do this now. I can spy on his team. He's in my league again. He's got the Bob Gibson. He's got the Sandy Koufax. He does have the CC4 or the Platinum 4 Jim Bunning. I was curious how this card did. 15-9 for you in silver. It looks like he's going to do okay. Yeah, he's a good middle, bottom of the rotation kind of guy. Gaylord Perry, limited edition. As soon as this card came out, I really wanted it. I don't really want it so much now, but still going to perform probably pretty good at gold. Oh, he's on your Windy City team too. You have 2 of the 25 Ernie Banks. Tom Seaver, most teams have him. Let's check out in this league how many limited edition Ricky Hendersons there are. I'm going to guess 2. Let's see. How many Ricky Hendersons? Look at that. We have 2. Oh no, that's not the limited edition one. That's the special edition. We have none. No Ricky Hendersons. Well, that's good. Don't have to compete against him. How about, for a while, only 1 Plat 3 Babe Ruth. The new old Yankees. And this card still, although in gold, he hasn't done too well in gold. Other than 30 plus home runs. Average wise, he hasn't done well in gold. Who else has come out recently? Let's check out. See if anyone's running the new Molina catcher. Nope. No one's got the perfect Molina. Ty Cobb. No one has Ty Cobb in this league. Right, so a lot of those big cards, seeing them. Ricky 2 for 23 to start in gold. Well, it's the weekend hangover, Heath. You know, he did so well last year. He partied it up on the weekend, and he's off to a bad start on Monday. He'll recover. He's Ricky. He'll recover. So there we go. My team that is currently second in the league. We have Cooperstown, Walter Johnson, one of the top 10 right-handed pitchers in the game right now, in my opinion, is Walter Johnson. We have 2-0, Roger Clemens, the LE version. Again, a top 10 pitcher in the game. Although he has been replaced, he's moving down the order now as new cards come out. He hasn't been a good playoff performer for me. When 23, he went 6-0 when I got him, 23-5 in iron, 18-11 in bronze, 20-7 in bronze, 17-10 in silver, and off to a 2-0 start in gold. We also have Cooperstown, Sandy Koufax. A lot of teams use him. Cooperstown, Carl Hubble. In other words, if you're new to the game, the Cooperstown missions are probably the best missions to focus on. If I could suggest any missions to go with, I'd say go with Cooperstown, especially Cooperstown 5. Focus on those because most of those cards are extremely playable. They're all playable at the lower levels. And then Adam Wainwright, not bad as a number 5 guy. And in the bullpen, we've got a couple tournament cards. We have Kurt Simmons, Johnny Vandermeer, and my 2 stud closers. They have done extremely well. Mo Rivera, 179 saves with the team so far. Lowest ERA was 3.55, or the highest ERA. Everything else has been under 3. And a guy I highly recommend you get, I don't care what level you're at, pick up a John Franco. John Franco is a really good guy in the bullpen. Currently going for $52,000. I got him for about $40,000. So managers are catching on about John Franco. He is a really good closer, setup, stopper kind of guy. So yes, I am running the lefty-righty combo in the bullpen of John Franco and Mariano Rivera. Franco's stats, I haven't had him long. He went 3-0 with 3 saves and a .64 ERA in bronze. He went 4-4 with 8 saves, 2.18 ERA in silver, and so far in gold, 1 save and hasn't allowed an earned run. All right, that is our pitching staff. And a quick question there from Gristle. I've never used Perkins. Let's bring him up on the card shop. Really none on the market. Selling for about $60,000. So that kind of tells you, yeah, he's a fairly good card. And there are his splitty, extremely splitty, So as a specialist against the lefties, it looks pretty good. I love that movement, 115. All right, we have our next ad break coming up here, guys, so stay tuned. We will be back after these messages from our sponsors. All right, welcome back again. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Monday afternoon. If you're at work, hey, the workday is probably almost over if you're on the East Coast. If you're at home enjoying a nice beverage, like I am, my Nespresso coffee, hazelnut today, very old school, very simple, hazelnut with some regular froth milk and a little bit of butterscotch syrup. And if you got big plans for tonight, going to see a movie or watch a movie at home or watch some old baseball games on YouTube, whatever you might do to relax on a Monday night, hope you have a wonderful upcoming evening. I will be raiding into EVC, the conductor of the theme teams, at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. And about 15 minutes before that, we will have our Monday giveaway, 20 packs, 10 to 2 different contest winners. And again, I am streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern and Wednesday this week at 1 p.m. So I will not be streaming on Thursday. Thursday's new set will be Dish and a special guest presenting his cards, new content cards. Mr. Paul Sporer will be in the house on Thursday night to present new cards for Perfect Team. So make sure you catch that. And of course, catch TJ tomorrow night for OOTP drops and get your, I believe, silver packs is what you get from watching Mr. TJ Lauerman Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. He's usually on for about an hour. So you want to catch him early to maximize your drops. Sometimes he stays on to get those maximum 5 drops, but he wasn't feeling well last week. Not sure how he's feeling this week. So catch him as soon as you can. A lot of times streamers start 5 to 10 to 15 minutes early. So go check out their channel like about 8:45 tomorrow night, because he might have his countdown timer on and you can collect drops during that countdown timer. You don't have to wait till 9 p.m. Little trick of the trade there to make sure you don't miss out on all 5 drops. So Grisso, yes, I'm not sure about the Glenn Perkins, how he plays. I've never used him. I don't like cards that splitty, and I like the guys I'm using right now. Let's look at the theme team hitters. This was the team that made the final 4 in silver and are currently 6-1 in gold. Johnny Bench and Yogi Berra. I really like this platoon. Not just as a theme team, but these are got cards that can play even when I make or if I make Diamond. Johnny Bench, one of the top 5 catchers overall in the game. Good defense, good offense. And I really promote this card a lot lately. Yogi Berra. He might be my favorite catcher right now. And look at his current sell order. 325,000. 325,000. Wow. A little bit of a gouge. I'm not going to lie to you. It is way overpriced. I paid, for one team, I paid 100, and for the other team, I had to pay up a little bit and pay 130. But if you have perfect points and if you're looking for an upgrade in catcher, go get Yogi. Like I said, that 105 catcher ability, he is going to frame the pitchers. He's probably going to get a few more strike calls with the umpire, and he's going to make your pitchers better. He is a catcher that improves your pitchers, whereas Johnny Bench might not do that as well. So Yogi Berra, not the greatest hitter of all the catchers, but best in my opinion overall. Hitting, defense, and of course he's going to crack the one-liners in the clubhouse, right? It's always good for the quotes. going to boost team morale if that's even a thing in this game. So yes, Yogi Berra, how's he done for me? I've only had him for a couple seasons. 264. Last year in silver, he hit 306. He plays about 2/3 of the games. And so far this season, hitting 286. Fielding, not great. Hasn't been great in terms of the zone rating. But again, I want him there to provide some bat and to help my pitchers out. Absolutely, yeah. He's part of a couple missions too. He's part of CC3 and he's part of the Triple Crown seasons. But even if he was part of no missions, I still think he's $100,000 to $150,000 card or 1,000 perfect point card. First base, I am still using Hank Aaron. Look at all the hardware Hank Aaron has picked up in his career. He is a card that was part of the early missions and he still has a lot of play. I love cards like this. I love cards that OOTP gives you at the beginning and they have staying power. And Hank Aaron deserves a card that has staying power. So whoever programmed this card did an excellent job of keeping him relevant for as long as he has been. Considering all the other outfielders and first basemen that have come out, and Hank is still relevant on teams up to and including even Diamond. Maybe not so much even Diamond anymore, but definitely up to and including Gold. George Sisler, tournament card that I won in a tournament, obviously. I didn't have to buy him. Really good speed. He's only hitting 440 this season. It's early. 264 last year, 297. So consistently he's hit in the high 200s, low 300s. He can steal some bases. And he's been MVP in the playoffs a couple seasons. Joey Votto. Here's a card that I was a little bit hesitant on buying. I did buy him on the card shop for about 90,000. And he has come down. So I think teams are finding that there are much better first baseman options open to them. So unless you're on a theme team or a Cincinnati Reds fan, I don't think this is a card that consistently can play well. Although I have seen him perform at the perfect league level when he first came out. In fact, in Dish's World Series a couple weeks ago, in one of the games, Joey Votto did extremely well in perfect league. So a card that is really good against the righties. But again, there's so many good first basemen out there. Ted K, much better card than this one here at first base. So if you're looking for a Reds first baseman, Ted K is the guy to get, but much more expensive. Rod Carew is a sneaky good card, especially at the lower levels. I'm only in gold, and I think he can still play pretty well in gold. He's hitting 335 right now for me. He hit 294 a couple seasons ago in bronze. He hit over 300 at the lower levels. And the manager that owned him before might be the Erie Seawolves, ERI. So when he was playing in Diamond, he hit 274, 266, 285. So a strong card at that time in Diamond. He can play first base, he can play second base, he can steal a little bit. So yeah, a sneaky good card that you might want to pick up at the lower levels. And he's only going for 37,000, which is about 10,000 more than he's probably worth. But a cheap card to add to your team, and he will make your team better. Manny Machado is on my theme team. He's been here pretty much since the beginning. Third baseman. He hit 274, 254, 299, currently hitting 333. Defense always has had a positive zone rating, 9.8 a couple seasons ago, 4.2 last year. He's a card that I probably will get rid of if and when I get to Diamond. But right now in gold and lower, he's done pretty good. Another sneaky shortstop, if you're looking for someone that can play second, third, and short, Tony Fernandez, Blue Jay legend, is your guy. $38,000 to buy him. You could probably put a buy order in of 30 and get him. Multi-positional player. Really good avoid Ks, really good gap power. Really good defense for the lower levels. Although it doesn't show that in his statistics, but theoretically he should have pretty good defense. Not going to commit a lot of errors. And a guy that I have in the lineup right now against, I guess I have him, where is he? Where is he? I have him hitting 9th against the righties. Otherwise, he's in a utility role. So he's not very splitty at all. He's better against righties for gap and for contact. Little worse against righties for avoid K. But overall, you probably want to put him in your lineup at the lower levels if you need a shortstop. I would probably him versus Cal Ripken Jr. Probably Cal Ripken is probably a little bit better overall, but you can't go wrong with Tony Fernandez. Stats wise, hitting 278, hit 267 last year. He hit 310 and 299. So he's been a high 200 average hitter for me. Yeah, Johnny Fury, my qualifications for players making theme team, anyone that has been in movie, TV, stage show, Broadway, vaudeville, or a game show before 1985 qualifies. I'm looking for kind of scripted shows, even if the players play themselves. So a lot of these baseball players will be on like Everyone Loves Raymond, or they'll be on the George Lopez show, but they'll play themselves. So it's not a lot of acting involved. And Manny Machado was in something where he was himself, but it was still kind of a scripted kind of show. So I still counted him, although he's kind of right on that edge of to include or not to include. A lot of the players I'd like to add, I can't because they've only been on baseball broadcasts, which I don't count. Or they've been on, saluting the world championship team and they have a little interview on it. I don't include. So Manny Machado was in one show as himself, so he does get the qualification. So here is my other shortstop, Cal Ripken, and we kind of compared him to Tony Fernandez. So I've got Cal Ripken going up against the lefties, and I've got Tony Fernandez up against the righties. Definitely you want Cal Ripken of the two against the lefties. It's 50-50, but Tony I think is a little bit better. He's not going to hit as many home runs as Cal, but I prefer Tony against the righties. Defense, that's what you're getting defensively. Again, Tony can play one extra position, but Cal and Tony are pretty similar players, right? They're pretty similar players. If you look at their infield range and error and arm, they're almost identical, almost the exact same. Difference is Tony can play second, and the difference is that Tony's a little bit better against the righties and Cal is better against the lefties. Gristle, what is the timeline for guys learning new positions and maxing out? Excellent question. I think somewhere between probably 4 and 5 seasons. You have to play someone in their trainable position. I know a lot of teams have picked up Glasscock and are training him for second base, which will be a stud at. But I think it's taken them 4 to 5 seasons to train them there. In previous versions of the game, Gristle, it hasn't taken as long. You could probably train a guy in a couple seasons. But this year's version, it's taken a lot longer. So if you can afford to have a weaker player there for 3 or 4 seasons, maybe 5, that's how long it would take. That's why you want to train players at the lower levels. Get a card, train them in iron and bronze, have them play some seasons there. So by the time you work your way up to gold and diamond, they're already fully trained. Yeah, okay. So Glasscock took about 3 seasons, but he did start off at about a 70. So he was already over halfway there. So that's a good point, Apostrophe, is that it really depends on how trained they are already. If they're more than halfway trained, 2 to 3 seasons sounds fair. If they're less than halfway, yeah, it's going to take longer. Very good point. Rob, it only takes effect in league play. It does not impact tournaments at all. All players are exactly the same, whoever drafts them in a tournament. Even if they're your own card, that I don't know. I know in perfect drafts, they're all the same. If anyone knows, because I don't play a lot of build your own tournaments except for iron and bronze. If you play the higher level tournaments and you have a Glasscock that is fully trained, does he stay fully trained? Or do you get his default? So Wish Come True is saying it doesn't carry over to the tournaments. So if you use Glasscock in a, let's say, a diamond tournament, even if it's a capped tournament, he would be rated 71 at second base. Yes, I do. I do know that, Johnny, is that players they keep their, but here's a little confusion. They keep their training if you sell them on the card shop, except on Sundays or something, or except on, like, I bought cards that supposedly have been trained and they go back to their default. So I don't know exactly what the time period is when you can buy a trained card on the card shop. Because I've heard both stories, that they keep their ratings and they don't keep their ratings. So if you have any clarification on that, please share it, because I'm not exactly sure on bought cards with training is. It's a weird bug? Okay. I know they should keep their training, but I've heard people say that they bought cards and the card wasn't trained. So buyer beware. If someone's advertising a fully trained card and you purchase it, the bug could kick in and you could get the original card. Because that's the same with when I buy a card. Like Tony Fernandez, I bought on the card shop and it didn't show me the other teams that he played for. Now, maybe it was a freshly pulled card out of a pack. Whereas other times I buy a card and it shows me all the teams he played for before. So I'm assuming that's like the training. So in this case, when I bought the card from Erie, I should have got all the training that went with it. Again, just buyer beware when you buy cards off the card shop. Expect the best, but also sometimes you get the worst. All right, continuing on, I got Cleon Jones, who I bought off the card shop for $100K a while back to finish the Tris Speaker mission. He was the last piece in the puzzle for Tris Speaker. He is a hard card to come across. You don't see a lot of them for sale, and right now, none. So if you're trying to complete Tris Speaker and you can get him for 100K, he's a pretty good card. He plays for me as well. He's one of those rare tournament cards that I can put in the lineup. So it was win-win. I got Tris Speaker, and I also got to use Cleon Jones. He hit 310 for me last year, 263, 310, 307. I do platoon him. So right now I only have him hitting against the lefties. As you can see, his splits are better against the left-handed pitchers. So as you work your way into the higher levels, guys, this is something that I can't stress enough. When you work into higher levels, your team is going to be a team of platooning players. Rarely will you have guys that play both sides of the plate. The best teams usually have all green. Right now I've got 2 white tagged players here. Some of the best lineups are all green. That means they are all starting somewhere in your lineup, either against the lefties or the righties. That's what you want to build, is a lineup where you're utilizing every player in at least one position in your starting lineup. Willie Davis, I just have as a backup right now. Picked him up recently, hitting 286 in his first full season in lights, camera, action. And my star of the team, Tris Speaker. Tris Speaker. None on the card shop right now, and selling for close to 300,000. Well worth it. He is a really good card. He hit 307 last year, 344. Every year he's been on my team, he's hit over 300. Mind you, it's the lower levels. We'll see how he does in gold, but he started off 344. So I've got him hitting both sides of the plate. How can you not? And in terms of his fielding, positive zone rating. So yeah, he's a keeper. Mike Donlin, I have in the backup role right now. I'll probably be getting rid of him soon, but he's a good backup outfielder. I won him in a tournament. 70,000 is what he's selling for. And yeah, just overall a really good backup outfielder, left field, right field, center field. Not the greatest defense, as you can see, but he can bunt for a hit. He's got a little bit of speed, and he's hit 289, 310, 297. So a high average guy, Mike Donlin. And finally, from The Simpsons, we've got Darryl Strawberry, the newest one. This was a card that was in the, can't remember what the mission was called, but he's okay. He's okay. He won't stay on the team long. He's not selling for much. He was pretty easy to get. Definitely better against the righties. So Darryl Strawberry, gonna bang the home runs for you, and I've got him hitting cleanup because of that home run power. 131, 104. But he's not going to give you a high average. 227 last year. But in bronze, in limited play, he hit 364. And in gold, he's hitting 333. So he might surprise you with some BABIP a little bit. Yeah, his price definitely, if you are like to speculate, and if you think he might be part of a milestone mission, you might want to pick up 2 or 3 of them. I mean, they're kind of pricey, but You might be able to buy them for 9 or 10,000 and sell them for 20, 25,000 if he's part of a milestones mission. I mean, it's expensive to speculate on him, but very good point, Johnny. Very good point that he will likely be part of upcoming missions. So that is the lineup for Lights Camera Action. Again, currently right now we are sitting at 7-1 and in a very tough division with Usman, with Rydav, with EVC. Yeah, it's going to be a fun rivalry kind of division this week. Can't wait to see what EVC has to say about it in about 25 minutes. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Over 120 of you. And Gristle Whistle, gotta give you the shout out. Let's go to the main screen. Gristle Whistle, thank you so much for reactivating your subscription or subscribing for 1 month at tier 1. I think that might be your first one. And you know, Gristle, you know what all subscribers get? They get their very own little tune. And this time, it's a take on the hockey song by Stompin' Tom Connors. So Gristle, this one is for you. Hello out there, we're on the air. It's baseball night tonight. Tension grows, the pitcher throws, and the ball goes out of sight. The catcher jumps, and the players bump, and the fans go all insane. Someone roars, Hammer and Hank scores at the good old baseball game. Thank you, Gristle Whistle. That one's for you. Thank you for the subscription and all the cool little emotes that you get now. A little take on my hockey song from Stompin' Tom Connors. Glad you enjoy the content and hope you pick up some helpful pointers along the way too. All right, let's open a few packs, guys. The corrupt file from the franchise series I got to work on. So let's open maybe 20 packs from Lights Camera Action. And then we'll have our contest. We'll have our giveaway. But before that, I'm just noticing we've got our last ad break coming up. Good timing, just as we get to open some packs. So if you're a subscriber, you don't get ads. So I'll open a few packs during the break. The rest of you, we will be back in about 90 seconds. Stay tuned for the end of the stream and our giveaway. All right, welcome back. Thank you guys for sticking around for the Monday stream. And as Johnny Fury says today is his lucky day. So he thinks he's going to be one of those 2 winners in the giveaway that we're going to do in about 10 minutes time. So stick around for a few more minutes. We will raid into EVC at the bottom of the hour. And as the break was going on, I opened up a pack with a gold and a diamond, and the subscribers got to see me jump in joy as I got 2 live players. Well, not really. Gristle, I don't feel like a legend with that pack there. No historicals. But thank you again for the sub, and thank you for the kind comments, and I'm glad the advice and your pack luck is paying off. Following is a dream come true, having people follow me, but for people to, dish out their Prime subscription or a little bit of cash for a month is just completely a shock. Like, thank you so much for your contributions to the chat, to the channel, to the subscription, to the following, and I'm glad I can make your OOTP experience a little bit better. And yes, Rob Fan, 5K perfect points is its own reward. So this one here, we're just going to quick sell. And Brian Buxton is part of 3 missions. Again, it's a live card, but I'm going to put him on for the bare minimum because 4,200 is the lowest right now. So if you want Brian Buxton, you can get him no tax for both of us. You get him for cheap, and I get him. I still get my 4,000 perfect points. That's another trick too, is you don't have to quick sell your cards all the time. If you put the minimum price 4,001, you still get 4,000 perfect points back. You don't get 3,000 and something. You will still get the maximum. So whether you sell it for 4,444 or 4,001, you get the same amount of points back. So just something to consider if you want to sell them for minimum to help out the community. All right, a gold, a diamond, and let's see if we can get things going. Where are the dogs, guys? Where are the howls? Who let the dogs out? I can't pull good packs unless you guys help me out. Who let the dogs out? Hey, there we go again. See what I'm talking about, guys? You guys help bring the pack luck. Now, when you didn't bring the dogs out, I got 2 live. I am not getting 2 live now. I'm getting at least 1 historical, because you guys brought the big guns. What do we got behind the gold? See? Rob fan, boom. Yes. There we go. So Hal McRae is the first one that we pulled there. Let's see what we get behind the live. I don't care if it's a live, because I got 1 Plat 4 already. And it is a live. Again, I'm going to put him on for bare minimum because he is part of 3 missions. Actually, I haven't completed the last one, moving up, so I better hang on to him. Hal McRae is a duplicate. So if you're looking for Hal McRae, lowest price is 3,888. You guys are the best. I'm going to put him on for 2,999, almost 1,000 cheaper. He is part of the Plat 4 High Gold series. So for just under $3,000, you can pick yourself up a Hal McRae. All right, we'll open a few more packs. That's 2 packs that we've got a gold and a diamond in them. 3 live and 1 historical. All right, the dogs are going. Pack luck has been pretty good. We have another gold. Mimza, this is for you. This is for you, Mimza, and your 4 howling dogs that you have there. A Yankee, just for you. A live Yankee. Again, looking for high quality players that I can either sell for the perfect points. It's tough to pull theme team cards. It really is. And Randy Johnson would be ideal. Ty Cobb can play on my theme team because Ty Cobb did do some acting. We have a build a lineup Willie McCovey, who I often call and call your shot. And Rob, this gold is for you. Rob, you brought me a Liam Hendriks. And as Gorgo mentioned on his stream yesterday, undergoing some personal issues right now. Liam Hendriks, one time a diamond player. I think he might have even reached perfect in last year's version of the game. Heath, that's when I pull a perfect. That's when I have that excited, happy look. Ron Darling, the lowest card you can get in the game. I'm going to put him on the card shop. If you're looking for a 40 level Ron Darling, he is going on for 133. You guys get basement bargain deals today. Yeah. Oh, Heath, I take sarcasm and humor very well. Mark Grace. Mark Grace. Part of Willie McCovey's mission. He's been around for a while. All right, come on, one more diamond. Gonna pull about 20 more packs. Get to about the 100 pack mark here. Don't make me call a timeout. Don't you make me do that. Wildcat? Wildcat. That's because of you. Wildcat, you had the double emotes. You had the who let the dogs out, and you had the 3 dogs. And Wildcat, if I remember correctly, you won a championship on Sunday. I think you won a rookie championship. Did I read that right? So absolutely, you brought the mojo today. And Heath with the 5 dogs. Wildcat, you don't have to brag. You just say, yeah, I won the rookie lap. I won the rookie. Congrats, you won the rookie and the gold. Double, that's even more special. So 2 championships, 2 diamond. Wildcat, these 2 are for you. Let's see what Wildcat brought me. First of all, bottom left. Live Carlos Rondon. Anytime you can give me 4,000 perfect points, I'm happy with that. And Wildcat also brought me, what do we got? Ryan Presley. So thank you, Wildcat, for your 8,000 perfect point donation. And that just finished All-Star NL Pictures for me. So you completed a mission for me. That was a good card to get. This one I don't need, not part of any missions that I'm currently going after. Selling for 4,500. I am putting him on for, what the heck, bare minimum. Bare minimum if you need Ryan Presley. All right, Gristles brought the 4 dogs this time. We only got a couple more minutes before we have to do our draw, our giveaway, and then raid into EVC. So let's see if we can finish off. That I've opened 20 packs, and I've got 4 diamond, all live, and I've got a plat 4 gold, and a couple other live gold. So I'd say in 20 packs, getting 8 premium cards, pretty good for a day. All right, Gristle's brought me a gold. Who do we have in the bottom left corner? It is a second Liam Hendricks. All right, and he is a duplicate. Again, bare minimum. He's part of 3 missions. I've completed all 3 of them. So if you need Liam on your team, give him some support, add him to your team, and finish off those missions. All right, we are going a few more packs until we get 1 more premium card, 1 more gold, 1 more diamond, or even a perfect. Can we end off the stream with that? I'm happy. 4 diamond, 5 gold in just under 30 packs. And there we go. Our last gold. And this one is going to be for all of you guys. All of you guys with your mojo today have brought me a Blue Jay. Why, thank you. My favorite team. I'm not going to complain if I ever pull a Blue Jay. We'll put them on for bare minimum. Part of 3 missions. All 3 I've completed already. So if you need a Jordan Romano, no relation to Ray Romano, I don't think, go pick him up. And to end off, let's open 2 more packs. First Negro League player of the day. And last pack today is a not very good one. Couple 67 lives. But nonetheless, very happy. Cashed in about 30,000 perfect points there in sales that I can do. So that 30,000 adding on to what I have already, saving up again for another premium player to add to my pitching staff or to my batting rotation. So again, tomorrow on the stream, if I can fix the corrupted file for Get in the Game, we'll do a little bit of that. We will also take a look at the Gladiators and the Jim Unknown Blue Jays and open some packs on that team too. Gristle, did you get the streamer luck like all these other players are getting? Like I get when I watch Gorgo and EVC? Congratulations, you got that Marty Marion. What number was he? What number was Marty Marion? I think he's probably about 40. Hey, I like your advertising ability there. That's right, it wasn't streamer luck. It was subscriber luck. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. 37, so Gristle Whistle just pulled a limited edition Marty Marion. Congratulations. All right, I'm going to go back to my main screen here, guys. Give me 1 second as I prepare for the giveaway. So in just a minute, you will have your chance to win 10 standard packs to 2 different people. We'll let the timer run for about 3 or 4 minutes. Then we'll do our draw and we'll raid into EVC. So again, if you are one of the winners, please make sure I get your perfect team username. If you have more than one account, make sure you give me the account of the name you want it to go to. If you want to give that to me offline, just right click on my name and leave me a whisper. Or you can post it in the chat. Please make sure it's the right capitalization and I will pass that on to the giver of packs. And that person will get that to your account within the next 24 to 48 hours. Exclamation ticket, exclamation enter is the code. Let's get those entries in. There are over 100 of you here today. And Johnny Fury, who's feeling lucky today, was the first one in. Exclamation enter, exclamation ticket. Get your entries in. I'm happy I can give away from OOTP 20 packs today, 20 packs on Wednesday. And I'll do my closing segment here. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel and being here no matter where you are. It always is a great day for baseball. It is a great day. If you're watching from Denmark, if you're watching from Venezuela, like one of you are, if you're watching from Portugal, Germany, Belgium, New Zealand, a couple New Zealanders, pretty late at night wherever you are, and of course, Canada and the United States. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, be kind to yourself and to someone else this week. It's a Monday. People are struggling. The kinder you are to them, the more likely it will be returned to you. So be kind to someone.